Japan to Maine to Arizona and everything spooky in between. The nerds have you covered for all things unpleasant and ghastly. That's the wrong ghastly. Join nerds doing nerd things as they present to you Nerd-Tober.
What's going on, nerds, and welcome to Nerd-Tober. I know we're a week late, but we'll catch up on that sooner or later. But we are talking.
I'm trying to watch Jeepers Creepers.
Not looking forward to that, to be honest with you, but
you're gonna love it. It can't be any worse than Nightmare on Elm Street, where I made you jump into the ceiling.
Just. Where the fuck? Where did AJ go? Oh, you're there.
Didn't get your attention.
Up there.
So I will say, if I have to rank all of your scares from like when we first started to now,
I don't know if I'm liking where this is going.
Pet Cemetery.
Yep, didn't like where that was going.
And Nightmare on Elm Street are my favorites.
Why are we, we're literally 2 minutes in and we've already started burying the AJ here. But
I don't know, man.
But speaking of Pet Cemetery, we're talking about 2012's Frankenweenie.
You know what's even better? He's wearing Spider-Man colors. You're not thinking about Spider-Man.
No. Anything but Hereditary. I will never actually watch that movie again. Ever.
I can't do it. Like, as much as I make fun of you for Spider-Man, like, I physically cannot watch that movie again.
Like, I will never, and I mean ever, watch that movie again. But yeah, 2012's Frankenweenie, directed by Tim Burton. It's in all black and white, which is a very fun difference, I guess, to other cartoon stop motion movies. But this is also the adaptation from a short film from the 80s called Frankenweenie that Disney did produce. Now that Tim Burton just took it and made a full feature-length movie out of it.
With Disney as a partner.
Yes. Did. James, without saying it, called me a bitch. He said, it wasn't that bad. It's just something not to lose your head over.
Frankenweenie actually wasn't that bad of a movie.
We're no longer on Frankenweenie. We just went to Hereditary.
James decided to talk about Hereditary there. But something cool that I really enjoyed that Tim Burton did was he took Frankenweenie and added tropes from other horror movies. You have Frankenstein, Addams Family. Granted, they're not horror movies. Dracula. So I think it's like Frankenstein 2 or something like that with Igor. Van Helsing.
Okay, I would like to point something out, and take it how you want. Frankenweenie is literally a retelling of Frankenstein.
Yeah. In a way. Yeah.
Like, it's not exact.
No, but it does take liberties to make its own story out of it.
Yes.
Like having a dog chase a ball into traffic.
And the fact that the creator of Frankenweenie, his name is Victor Frankenstein.
Ain't that wild?
You want to know the other cool, fun theory about this movie?
Corpse Bride?
Sort of, but the theory is that the dog is Zero,
Oh, no. What I heard is he's the dog from Corpse Bride.
who is also Zero.
Is it? Oh.
They have proven, and granted, we have not had this confirmed by Tim Burton, but they have proven that Frankenweenie, Corpse Bride, and Nightmare Before Christmas are all connected.
And apparently the baby agrees.
Baby agrees.
She does.
The baby.
Baby agrees.
But yeah, I saw this in theaters when it first came out, and I just rewatched it for the first time since seeing it in theaters today. I was actually surprised on how well this aged. Like, this movie, outside of being a Frankenstein children's movie, but with a dog, I'm trying to phrase this correctly. It's a story also about loss.
It is.
But the issue I have with this movie, and for anybody who hasn't seen the movie that wishes to, and not have it get spoiled for you, Sparky the dog saves Victor and from a burning barn, and then dies. Sparky dies after impales the cat who has wings at the end of the movie, which you guys need to watch it. It's absolutely a crazy sequence when the weird girl, played by Catherine O'Hare, her name is actually Weird Girl, decides to barbecue her cat to try to give it powers like Frankenweenie.
You mean Catherine O'Hara?
O'Hara? Yeah. Sorry, I said
also
her
the
last
voice of
name wrong.
Sally
I'm sorry.
In Nightmare Before Christmas?
Huh?
Who's also the voice of Sally in Nightmare Before Christmas? Who's also the stepmom in Beetlejuice?
Yes.
Who's also
Yes.
the mom in Home Alone?
Yes. Okay? I said her name wrong. Relax. Don't bring the pitchforks.
Oh my god!
This woman is a classic. Don't mess up her name.
Well, just don't give her two snakes that she was told that they were defanged.
Okay, look, she's highly gullible, but I don't know what you want from me.
And there goes my train of thought. Oh,
You're welcome.
I kind of wish when Sparky dies at the end of the movie that they keep him dead. And that's where Victor moves on and learns to let go. But no, the town's crew gets together, grabs all their jumper cables, they attach it to Sparky, and they all start their engines at the exact same time, bringing the dog back to life. That's my only gripe with the movie, really. It's a very good story. I do like the kaiju fight towards the end, where everybody wants their animals to have powers or come back to life, and
That's not creepy. Not the least.
the squirrel is literally the size of a Ferris wheel. So yeah, that was interesting. But I overall enjoyed the movie. I really like Tim Burton, and I can't wait to do Coraline next week. I'm so excited to do Coraline next week. It's not Tim Burton, but it looks like Tim Burton.
So one of the cool things that I love about Coraline is, and I was putting it out to AJ, is the director of Coraline was also the director of Nightmare Before Christmas. So there's a lot of similarities in the way he does his directing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can't wait to talk about it, really. But Frankenweenie, a little bit of background on the movie. It had a budget of 39 million. It brought home 81.5 million. So it made a profit. The music was produced by Danny Elfman.
Danny Elfman did the music in this?
Yes, he
Yeah,
did.
there's a lot of the music for Tim Burton. A lot of the music for Tim Burton.
It's a
I know
baby.
that. I just didn't know it carried over into Frankenweenie. I thought Frankenweenie was somewhat different.
Nope.
And I gotta say, the music in this movie is phenomenal. Always the score is going. It builds in the intense moments. It looks like she's about to cry.
Well, she was about to cry a minute ago.
It's a baby. Hi, baby. I will see you tomorrow.
There's a smile. There's a smile.
But yeah, if you guys haven't yet, it's on Disney Plus. It's a nice, fun watch. I do think parts of this movie might be a little bit mature for the young kids. I remember in the movies back in 2012, I was sitting right around a couple kids, and their mom literally took them out of the theater because one of them was crying that the dog got hit by a car.
I'm gonna say the same thing that I say for all people with kids, and the same thing that I will do for my little one as she gets older.
Don't bring them
It-
to the movies.
Um, eventually she's gonna go to the movies.
Well, yeah, but not that young.
I, however, refuse to be that mom and bring her when she's like not even a year old because she doesn't know proper movie theater etiquette.
Oh no, these kids were maybe like 5 or 6, and all you kept hearing out of inside the crying was the doggy is dead.
Yeah, but the biggest thing is, and something I highly recommend is go watch the movie before you take your kids to see it, or go watch the movie before, if it's out of theaters, watch the movie before your kids do. Always don't rely on just reviews to determine whether your kids should watch it
Yeah.
or not.
Because honestly, I would. This is really high on my Tim Burton list. This, Nightmare are pretty high up there.
Hmm.
I can't say Corpse Bride because I've never seen Corpse Bride.
You're hurting me that that 9 isn't being brought up at all.
Who?
You're physically hurting me.
Who?
9.
What's 9?
It's a movie.
The Tim Burton movie.
It's not,
I've never heard of it.
which is funny because it's one of his more recent ones. It's not that old.
I mean, and then you gotta go. He's also done Batman '89 and Batman Returns.
It was the same year as Frankenweenie, if not like a year after. It was very close to.
Yeah, I've never heard of 9. I've heard of 10.
Oh, 9 came out in 2009.
Makes sense.
Yeah, which is why I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I've never seen it either.
I've seen most of Tim Burton's films. This one I missed.
But I highly recommend this movie, everybody. It's a fun watch. There are some moments in it. Be prepared. The dog does have to die, like the little girl in Sonic.
We're not talking about Maria right now.
I wonder how many people actually understand that reference. I think James is still watching. I want to go see that movie with James because if he doesn't stand up and go, yeah, I'm gonna be upset.
Oh, that's Mikey who's gonna do that.
Oh, I thought that was James that was gonna do that.
No, that's Mikey who's going to be jumping up in the movie theater going, yeah.
But Susie, we are going to do Coraline next week. Have you seen it before?
I've seen most of it. I can't say for sure that I've seen all of it because it's one of those movies that I always catch when it's on like on the TV, so I get it like snippets of it. I think I've seen the whole thing at least once.
Honestly,
But I
I'm more
don't
surprised
remember.
that it's not a Disney movie.
Ah, I'm actually kind of glad it's not a Disney movie. I believe this one is also based on a book, or books made out of it.
Yeah, probably. But everybody, we're doing Frankenweenie tonight, Coraline next week. We're watching Jeepers Creepers tomorrow, but we're gonna record probably after Coraline next week. And then we have, I think, just one more, and that's gonna be our poll that we're gonna put up.
Hmm?
Which I have movies. I have some. James, if you're watching, you're gonna like this. 'Cause I'm gonna mention it again. I started watching Terrifier, Art the Clown.
I wouldn't have guessed you would watch that.
I was in a Discord with my buddies that were watching it. It's not scary, but it's I think more gory than Saw.
Okay, I can believe it.
Oh God.
It's not a bad watch. Like
Most scary movies aren't boring.
it's quite comical. Hey, are you talking about Scream? What movie are you talking
No.
about?
So Will was saying that the part he hates about scary movies is that they're filled with gore. And my opinion is that if you're watching a scary movie, take it for example. It's my favorite example of this. It's scary without gore. Those are the best scary movies.
Yeah.
You know the gore is happening, but you don't see it on camera.
I think that's why I was able to tolerate Five Nights at Freddy's so much, because all the gore wasn't on the screen.
Yeah.
Also,
sense.
there were like no jump scares.
No, don't get me wrong. I love me some gore. Will tell
Okay,
you some
but
of my
there's a
movies.
limit.
There's a limit.
Like,
I'm not a huge fan
I
of
don't need a
Saw
drug
movies.
addict falling on a bed of heroin needles and Saw.
So, actually, funny story.
How do you get a funny story off of that?
So, and Will vouch for the fact that the only thing I wanted my whole pregnancy was spaghetti, mashed potatoes,
Yeah.
and mac and cheese.
Okay.
What are the other thing I wanted?
Heroin?
Nope. I wanted to watch Saw all day long.
Huh?
I hit 32 weeks and all I wanted to watch was Saw.
I can't believe you've actually seen those movies.
Yeah, I had a really good friend of mine who was in love with them. And then one of my ex-boyfriends made me sit down and watch one. And I was like, I hate you. I hate your guts.
What's worse, Saw or Final Destination?
Saw.
Yeah.
Final Destination only hits me when I'm driving. Saw hits me at every day, all the time,
Wait,
no matter what I'm doing.
not just driving. You're talking about driving, flying on a roller coaster, at the dentist.
Yeah. I'd be safer at home, but you know.
The only thing I got from Final Destination was when I see a log truck to get away.
That is literally the only thing I get from Final Destination. If I see a truck with actually, so for me it's not just logs. If it has anything in the back of it that's in a bed like the logs are, I immediately floor it past. My mom watched me do it one day and she's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "No."
You don't know what I've seen.
I was sitting in the passenger seat one day, and I don't remember if it was with my mom or with my dad, and I was like, "Can we please get around the truck? Pretty please get around the truck."
I'm getting some weird deja vu here.
I do not want to be behind this truck no more. Please get around the truck.
All right, everybody. Well, a nice, short, sweet 20-minute episode. Hit that like button, subscribe. Is there anything you guys want to talk about? On top of Frankenweenie?
Huh?
Outside of us talking about Frankenweenie, other Halloween movies we're doing, and how Final Destination's trauma-inducing?
No, I think we're good. I could go about 10 more minutes about how Final Destination is trauma-inducing. But again, I think... Oh! Do you want to know what other movie was trauma-inducing? As a teenager? Hostel.
I have no idea what that is.
I do.
I'm never letting you watch it because you will never leave the house again.
Oh, okay.
I watched about a 10-minute video, maybe a 20-minute video on American Psycho today, and I'm gonna end up watching that. After
American Psycho is so good.
I've never
Wait, which version?
the Christian Bale one.
You gotta watch the original too.
There's an original one.
I think there's more than one version.
I know it's based off of a book series.
Hang on, now I have to look because I thought there was more. I thought the woman Christian Bale was a remake.
I don't know.
I don't know at the moment because I'm now questioning everything I thought I knew.
It's based off of a book that came out in '91, where the film came out in 2000.
Is it Alfred Hitchcock?
No, it's not Alfred Hitchcock.
Well, no, the one with Christian Bale is not Alfred Hitchcock. Oh, there's two. There's an American Psycho 2.
Oh, that's where the I think it's his daughter kills him with a ice pick. But the book series is by Bret Easton Ellis.
Yeah. I don't know, I'm gonna have to go find it. There's one movie that I think Alfred Hitchcock did and then was remade.
So Alfred Hitchcock's is just Psycho, not American Psycho?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the one with the shower scene with the big knife.
That's the Bates Motel. By the way, there's a series on Netflix about the Bates Motel.
I think it's called Bates Motel.
Yes, it is.
But everybody, thank you for tuning in. If you're following this on demand later, glad you tuned in. Hit that like button, subscribe. We're doing more.
Please leave comments on any sort of horror or scary movie that I can make AJ watch.
Oh, I don't like that. You should, honestly, when we close up shop, that's the first thing you put in our group page. That is something you should do. And then I will follow with a comment of people don't dare. And that will just force people to then be like, let's scare AJ.
Oh, that's movies AJ hasn't seen.
That's one that I've thought about. Seeing the Smile movie.
I ain't watching that one by myself.
But you know what I'm talking about. I think it came out a couple years ago.
I want to watch it so bad.
I don't want to watch it by myself.
I don't want to watch it by myself.
I love the crud, what is it called? To hype up the movie. The not the trailers. But, no. Like they sent people to sporting events, bought them tickets to where they're in camera shot of just staring at the camera, just smiling. A promotion.
Oh, Smile came out.
Years?
Smile 2 is coming out this year.
That's why I want to watch the first one.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Take care.
I didn't realize they were making a sequel.
Well, it did a lot. It did pretty good. We'll see you guys next week. We have a wrestling show coming out on Sunday. That is August and September of '97. WWF versus WCW. Check it out. It's myself, Ryan, and TJ. But for the rest of the original OG Nerd crew, deuces.
See you next week.
Joe.
Say bye-bye, Evie.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.